Celebrities just love drama, don't they? Even off the big screen, they make sure we stay hooked. I mean, who could forget Will Smith's slap, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's divorce, or Kanye's highly controversial comments on slavery?
You hear about slavery for 400 years? For 400 years, that sounds like a choice.
So grab some popcorn, because we're about to rate the 7 biggest controversies of 2024. Let's start off with the biggest scandal of the year.
Now, you've gone on the record saying that your white party is up there with the top 3 that you've ever thrown for people. What are the other 2?
Number 7, P. Diddy and partners in crime. This year, Diddy's empire came crumbling down, and the crimes he tried so hard to hide were finally out in the open. Federal agents raided his properties in March of 2024.
Breaking news, the Department of Homeland Security has just confirmed to CNN that federal law enforcement agents have raided properties owned by musician and producer Sean Diddy Combs.
Homeland Security uncovered evidence in his mansions that linked him to allegations of sex trafficking, exploitation, and illegal activities. Authorities reportedly found over 1,000 bottles of lubricant, narcotics, and a disturbing stash of hidden cameras. And if that wasn't enough, illegal firearms with scratched off serial numbers were also seized. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, 2 huge names got dragged into the mess: Jay-Z and Jennifer Lopez. Right when this scandal happened, Jay-Z went completely MIA. He refused to answer Diddy's calls or address the situation. Meanwhile, J-Lo, who famously dated Diddy during his 1999 nightclub scandal, was once again being accused of covering for him. Internet sleuths were convinced that she knew all about the illegal doings at his white parties. Social media went into overdrive. They also started the crazy Beyonce controversy at the same time.
You know how everyone's saying not only Diddy's to blame in this whole, I guess, chaos of what's happening in Hollywood, all these scandals. Apparently,
Who else?
the people that are attached to Diddy and that are pulling the strings, one of them is Beyonce.
Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about that.
And one of them is Jay-Z.
Fans accused her of controlling the music industry with Diddy's help, claiming the two shared deep connections that gave her unmatched power.
Everyone obviously thought that she was in the Illuminati, you know. I think she capitalized off it a lot. I think she made some cool music off of it.
Both of them would take down any artist who tries to cross their path. And by take down, we mean literally take down. While the music industry was under fire after P. Diddy's investigation, the film industry was not doing so well either. Number 6, Snow White and Disney.
Hi-ho, it's home from work we go.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, I work for Disney, so strong female lead is what we need. Hi-ho, 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 hi-ho.
This year in August, all the hate was directed to Disney's new movie Snow White when its teaser was released. The root problem was Disney's obsession with fixing what is not broken.
He single-handedly managed to describe a plot that absolutely nobody in their right mind was asking for when they thought about Snow White.
Over the last few years, they've turned cherished fairy tales into political statements just to promote woke culture. They've stripped away the charm, simplicity, and magic that made us love them in the first place. And Snow White is their worst offense yet. Rachel Zegler, who plays Snow White, made the matters even worse.
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because like we cast a guy in the movie, right. Andrew Burnap, great dude. Yeah. It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024.
Instead of respecting the iconic character, she trashed everything that made her timeless. She called the 1937 classic outdated, mocked the love story and called it weird, and took pride in saying the new Snow White won't be saved by a prince. Well, no one really asked for this trashy version of Snow White, so people decided to boycott the movie. The original Snow White was so iconic. It was innocent, magical, and beloved for generations. But Rachel decided to treat it like an outdated relic, and fans were mad at her for doing this. Disney used to make movies for everyone. Now they seem determined to alienate their core audience. If Snow White proves anything, it is that Disney needs to stop fixing what is not broken and start respecting the stories that made them so great. The hate for Disney erupted in the last few months, but there is a person who had to deal with not one, but many controversies throughout the year.
I honestly thought a lot of people would find like the information proving the dishonesty earlier.
This year, YouTube's king of generosity, MrBeast, was involved in many controversies. It all started when his former employees accused him of running a toxic workplace, unreasonable deadlines, credit disputes, and alleged harsh behavior.
You know, you can't ever guarantee that every interaction everyone's gonna have is always gonna be positive with each other. You know what I mean? That's just impossible. So I want to start off by just saying that.
Jimmy explained how it had been difficult for him to handle a big business, and such delays and small inconveniences are normal. Some people were convinced by his explanation, but others were not. And then came the flood of nonsense. First off, Chris Tyson's old messages leaked, and the internet practically exploded. He was caught behaving inappropriately with minors on the internet. But instead of waiting for facts and just canceling Chris, people dragged MrBeast into it too, as if he had personally typed those inappropriate texts himself. But MrBeast decided to defend himself. He launched an investigation while Chris left the team. So do you think that was enough? Well, of course not. The conspiracy theorists joined in and started calling Jimmy the Antichrist because they found out that his warehouse used to be a church. Yes, apparently renting available buildings is now something the devil would do. People even twisted his philanthropy videos into claims of exploitation. They completely ignored the fact that his projects are voluntary and actually help thousands of people. After that came the Team C's backlash. MrBeast raised millions to clean the oceans, but critics grumbled that it was not enough. Right, because saving some of the planet is now suddenly a problem. According to them, you have to do all of it or none.
And a lot of people have criticized the campaign as being ineffective and that you should have been doing something else instead of Team C's. Yeah, like how do you respond to that?
At this point, it truly feels like people are just inventing reasons to be mad. MrBeast could cure world hunger, and someone would say, why didn't he start with breakfast? Even though the critics were way out of line and without any logic with this controversy, there was one other one where all the backlash was justified. One of the biggest disappointments of 2024 that turned into a controversy was the movie It Ends With Us.
It Ends With Us is in theaters now, so grab your friends, wear your florals, and head out to see it.
Fans just couldn't stop bashing the movie, and honestly, they had a point.
I think that they are absolutely entitled to that opinion, and it makes perfect sense as to why they would feel that way.
First, the casting was just a mess. Many questioned Blake Lively as Lily, saying she was too old and just didn't fit the part. Then came the promotions, and this is where things got bad. Instead of treating the film like the serious story it is, one about abuse and survival, it was marketed as some cutesy rom-com. Pink posters, glamorous outfits, and almost Barbie-themed vibes completely ignored the book's heavy message. This is why fans were furious when they started canceling the movie, and Blake was of no help either. Not only did she promote the movie with a carefree attitude, but she also used the spotlight to push her hair care line. Yes, seriously. She was out here talking about shampoo while promoting a movie about domestic violence. Naturally, many found it tone-deaf and out of touch.
But I'm just like, it's not worth it. I'm returning every single one of her products because none of them are good. And I think all of her products in total were like $160 or $180.
Critics and fans agreed that the film failed to respect its subject matter, and the backlash was inevitable. Then came another scandal that we probably saw coming because, let's be honest, it is bound to happen every year. Kanye West.
I'm just extremely happy. Can you tell by my face?
This time, Kanye was trapped in a scandal yet again when his former assistant, Lauren Pisciotta, filed a lawsuit accusing him of sexual harassment, wrongful termination, and emotional distress. The details are quite disturbing, even after we consider the type of reputation he has.
It's like,
I almost borderline like being sued because it's the only time where I can be myself.
Lauren claimed that Kanye sent her inappropriate texts, performed indecent acts over phone calls, and even fired her after failing to deliver a promised promotion. And apparently, he made some odd demands, like asking her to delete her OnlyFans account for $1 million. Fans were not shocked, obviously, but were quick to slam Kanye's behavior. They called it another entry in his long-running list of controversies. From inappropriate workplace conduct to his weird fixation on her personal life, it all felt like deja vu. This lawsuit followed his previous scandals, like showing adult videos during staff meetings or flashing private photos of Kim Kardashian. Seriously, at this point, Kanye's controversies are less if and more when. Just when you thought 2024 could not get any weirder, we got the CEO killer controversy.
The suspect that is charged in the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, fighting extradition back here to New York.
Yes, this is about Luigi Mangione, a 26-year-old Ivy League-educated golden boy from a prominent Baltimore family accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. But now he is a star of TikTok and Instagram. Are you really surprised? Honestly, you shouldn't be. If 2022 had Cameron Herron going viral after a fatal crash, 2024 gave us Mangione, a murder suspect turned internet obsession. Now, this is where it gets messy. Instead of outrage, many people turned Mangione into some kind of anti-hero. His polished looks started hot assassin memes everywhere. TikTok could not get enough of his alleged anti-corporate motives, with some calling him a fighter against America's broken healthcare system. And yes, it gets crazier than this.
Good morning, Robin. The 26-year-old suspect is now being held at this prison without bail after fighting extradition and shouting those fighting words.
When he was arrested with no bail, some were sure it was because his social media fans would have actually donated thousands just to bail him out. We would really have seen "support this hot murder suspect" on GoFundMe. We also heard some wild theories. Some believed Mangione was framed, others claiming the truth was being buried. Meanwhile, critics slammed this internet circus, pointing out how easily good looks and a tragic backstory can overshadow a brutal crime. Yet through all of this drama, one thing got lost. The victim, Brian Thompson, a father of two, barely got a headline compared to Mangione's fanbase. But that's the thing, social media is a crazy place. 2024 was also the year when K-pop fans joined together and raised hell once again, and this time it was directed at HYBE.
The disclosed document is HYBE's internal document entitled Music Industry Reports.
If you know anything about K-pop fans, you know that they are dedicated. They spend hours streaming music, breaking records, and defending their idiots like it is a full-time job. So when HYBE's internal weekly music industry report leaked, fans exploded because this report had some very questionable remarks about artists. You see, the leaked report took aim at some of the biggest names like Blackpink, IVE, NCT Dream, and Stray Kids. Remarks criticized everything from lip-syncing accusations to idols' looks, weight, and even minor artists' performances.
It contains remarks on singers' unattractive looks and plastic surgeries.
One line even singled out IVE for failing to win #1 and mocked their attempts to promote on live streams. It was like HYBE had personally insulted every fandom, but the drama did not end there. Fans were stunned to see HYBE trying to improve their chairman's image while throwing shade at competitors like JYP and SM Entertainment. To make matters worse, groups under HYBE itself were not spared either. Even LE SSERAFIM's Coachella performance was called out for lip-syncing. Fans from different fandoms rallied together and started calling it a toxic, hypocritical move. When HYBE saw the backlash, their CEO scrambled to apologize and called the content inappropriate. He then promised to clean up their act. But K-pop stans had already decided this was one controversy they would not let slide. Currently, this company is tanking, and it looks like nothing can save it now. So guys, let me know, which controversy shocked you the most this year? Make sure to share with us in the comments below. And before you go, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more shocking updates. And we will see you in the next video. Goodbye!